Ghost hunting later on tonight. Set up the camera, strap on the GoPro, and walk around the house later and see what we can catch. Because this house is kind of creepy and makes some weird sounds. So tune in and have some fun and see what we catch.
See, I could have swore I just saw an orb go across the screen. I know sometimes they can... There goes another orb. Sometimes they can draw power from electronics. Wow. I don't see anything. There's no bugs in here. See them up by the light. But you guys just saw those orbs, right? The orbs were just flying around in front of the camera. There goes again. Man, if I'm catching this many little orbs at this level, this early on, tonight's gonna be a good night. I'm gonna raise up this camera real quick. It's ironic that I'm also watching ghost hunting shows in the background. As soon as I started watching these, I don't know if my dog is paying attention to the TV or what, but she started looking around the room and she's been acting kind of weird. And now she's been kind of nervous and hanging out, you know, queuing in, looking at the corners, stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna just record all night long, see what we can catch. It's funny, see, I don't see any orbs now. They stopped. But just a few minutes ago, they were going like crazy. And if they were bugs, we'd still see them, and we would have seen them flying around the lights. So, I'm gonna do some EVPs, see if we can catch anything on electro voice phenomenon. And see if anybody's got anything to say, and then we're gonna edit it all together. Well, not edit it, but we're gonna throw it up on YouTube. And I prefer to not edit much at all because I'm lazy. So yeah, it's gonna be mostly raw footage, no special effects or anything like that, because you know I'm kind of not tech savvy anyway. So I don't know how to do all that stuff. So what you see is what you get, and you guys can interpret it as fact or fiction or who knows what, unexplained. But yeah, so this is it. This is the start of the night, and I know it's going to be kind of boring at times. And yeah, all right. next rooms will be upstairs because I noticed that when I go to use the tub, it sounds like someone's walking around outside the room. So we'll see what we can catch there. I'm going to pause this. No, better yet, I'll just walk it straight upstairs. We'll see what we catch in the upstairs room. Just hear that? Okay, we're rolling again and plugged in. As soon as we walked into the room, I heard a weird noise. Tried to get it on camera, and then something sucked all the energy out of the battery of the camera. And it killed my camera. So I'm gonna let that roll. And we'll see what we get. Okay, now, as soon as I left the room in this scene, you can actually see a whole lot of orbs floating and just move in different directions. And in that back corner, there you can see two snowshoe lamps on each side of the bed, and in that back corner, just to the right, it almost looks like a humanoid figure, just a little bit lighter than the rest of the room. I know that part of that line is from the lamp, but if you notice on the angled roof, there's like a roundness to the head. It almost looks like someone standing there with their arms up towards their, like by their chest or arms in, kind of shifting back and forth a little bit, like like someone's kind of rocking on their heels. And there's a whole lot of different little light orbs emanating from that area and being drawn into that area also. This room really trips me out because nothing really bad happens in this room, but a whole lot of noises come out of this room. Like when I'm sitting downstairs, it sounds like somebody's creaking around on the floor. And if I use the tub, it sounds like there's someone walking around in the hallway right outside. And it's a little unnerving when you're trying to relax. The other cabin next door is where a lot more violent things have happened. You'll see that later on when something goes for the camera. So anyway, I'll let you guys enjoy this, and yeah, we'll be changing scenes in a moment. Whatever's up in this room also, I'd like to also point out, I had a 4K GoPro with 2 fresh batteries, and every time I put a battery in and tried to turn it on,
the battery just goes dead in this room. But if I try and use it downstairs or anywhere else, then the batteries are just fine. Something up here definitely likes to draw power from devices. You guys can kind of hear a mildly annoying click, 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 kind of a digital sound, and that is actually from my camera being plugged into the wall. It's running off the wall because every time, like I said, I charge up a battery and put it into a camera, certain rooms suck the life out of the camera. So yeah, I don't know if you guys just caught a noise as I'm narrating this. There was another noise just behind me a second ago. And the room got a little cold, and then it just got warm again. Definitely one of the creepiest places I've ever spent the night in, I think, that I've felt. You know, I'm kind of a skeptic, but near the end of this video here, you'll see my camera fall over, and what woke me up out of a dead sleep was that sound from the camera falling over, because it makes a pretty weird sound. But the camera didn't pick up the footsteps. It sounded like somebody running and then coming to a sudden stop on the deck. And my first thought was, because it was my first night up here, was the bear, because there's a bear in the neighborhood. And the earlier in the night I heard, like, you know, noises, and I thought it might have been raccoons. So I put the camera on, and then yeah, at 3:33 in the morning, there was a loud crash and bang, and you know, it sounded like I said, like footsteps running across the deck and coming to a sudden stop, and then boom, I woke up and looked around, and I found my camera laying on the ground. But yeah, you guys will see that later in the video. Spoiler alert. Now, I let this clip, or this segment of the video, run so long because every time I was about to edit, you know, shorten it down for time, I would notice like a shadow or an orb, and so like I, you know, figured I'd leave a little bit of this in there for you guys to determine how, you know, what I want your interpretations Because like I said, I'm kind of a skeptic on this thing, but some of this stuff that's happened to me over this last weekend has got me wondering what the heck. Because some of it I just can't write off or explain yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. Um, like I've been going around in the daylight and I've been checking stuff and see what would reflect, or I swept and dusted everything in the house, first thing, so that way, I could make sure that it's not dust that I'm catching flying on camera. And if you notice, some of them actually tend to fade in and out, and then they get transparent at times, and then solid at times. It's really weird. I can't explain that, but I don't think dust does that. There's no bugs. It's a completely clean house, and you'd see them flying around like the lights when like earlier in the video at the beginning when I started to first see them on the camera, that I thought it was maybe some little gnats or something that I didn't see with my eye, and I panned up and you still couldn't see anything. So yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much the whole room. I want to film while I sleep. Okay, that's me. Gonna record while I sleep, see what goes on.
Okay, well, here I am. I apologize. I'm getting ready to turn in for the night. Um, I go to bed, as you can see, and turn off all the lights. I've got the camera on because it sounded like when I first went in there and was getting set up earlier, that it sounded like raccoons in the upper apartment where the caretaker used to live, and he had just died a couple of months ago. That's actually why I'm up here. I'm up here cleaning his apartment and disturbing things. So there goes an orb right there. I feel like I've and another one right there. I feel like I'm and another one. I feel like I disturbed him a little bit, or disturbed something definitely because, like I said, you're gonna jump out of your skin when you see what happens to the camera, and I think half the reason it didn't catch some of the sounds was because my microphone was actually taken off the camera and it was unplugged from the camera, and it's a you know it's a big microphone that sits on top of the camera, so yeah, it's really sensitive too. Uh, so maybe they just didn't want us to hear, but yeah, the next night it actually broke my microphone right off the camera, like something just bent it straight down and off and snapped my microphone in half. You can see all the orbs that are starting to appear and float around the room as we're speaking. Some are fast, some are slow, some are more intense, some gain intensity and then fade out. And the scarier part is at one point it looks like something may pick my arm up by the wrist, and you'll see my wrist um, kind of lift up over that couch area, and I am dead asleep after a while, and it happens just a few minutes before the camera thing. And I know I'm kind of getting ahead talking, but there goes another one. Yeah, this stuff really kind of made me a little unnerved for the night. Like after all this happened, and then reviewing the tapes the next night. I tell you what, I could barely go to sleep. Took a while. I just laid there because any little sound, I was like going, I hope the camera catches it to prove that I'm not crazy. This there goes a bunch more. Yeah. I really want to know what everyone's opinions on this are. Uh, and I'd love to actually do a whole nother actual ghost hunting session, but I'm afraid to do it by myself. All the TV shows and everything, they say that's not a good idea, but who knows? I do have a spirit box and I've got the cameras and some infrared stuff, and a couple of GoPros in my bag. I downloaded the Spirit Box today because I got curious, um, and I was thinking about maybe seeing a little further into this. Like what do you guys think? Maybe make another video, see if I can catch something scarier than what's to come. But yeah. Anyway, enjoy. I mean, the camera thing should be coming up pretty quick now. You can just see all kinds of different orbs and stuff. And at one point, you can see this sleeping bag cover hanging over the arm of the couch. And there's actually kind of down by the bottom, there was it looked like it moved at one point, and or what caught my eye, and then there was like a bright spot that kind of just sat there right where it had moved, and something big just flashed across the screen. I don't know if on my screen, I don't know if you guys saw it, but not too big, but like a bigger orb than the others. Everything seems to be going towards my head. There goes a shadow right there by my head, and a bright flash in the corner, like something just like really bright. Okay, we're within just a minute or two of 3:33 a.m. Right now it's probably about 3:29, 3:30, maybe 3:31. I don't know the time exactly, but I do know the time when the camera fell over, because right after the camera fell over, I grabbed my phone because that was the only source of light I had, and that was the time on my phone, and it stuck in my head and terrified the crap out of me even more. I'm just glad that it wasn't the 500-pound resident bear of the neighborhood, because there's only one door and that window that's covered up back there, and bear gets in there, I'd be either climbing out that window or hiding under the bed and hoping I can get out behind him through the door, because there's just a one-bedroom little cabin room. So yeah, that crash definitely gave me a heart attack. You'll see it coming up in just a second here. I want to be quiet so you can hear it. Okay, so so the camera just fell.
That's really
And I'm trying to figure out right now, the microphone had come off and was unplugged and next to the camera on the ground, a couple inches away. Oh, 2:56. That's what time it was. You can actually see the clock. So 2:56 was the time.
I was asleep, just starting to melt off. Something knocked the camera over so hard it knocked the microphone off. Crazy.
I think that was probably the time I looked at the phone again, because I remember looking at the phone at that time, and yeah, I didn't sleep too much after that. That's my dog up there on the bed. That's what those glowing eyes are. But even she was freaked out over some of this stuff. Like,
close the legs. Make it a little more stable.
now I have it on a tripod, but I ended up putting some books around it right here that were on the floor, so that way I could weight down all the legs a little bit and keep it from being able to rock so easy, because it didn't really rock at all anyway. Being on the tripod, it was hard. I already thought it was stable. It had been stable for the entire night, and then yeah, it just decided
As creepy as that was, with the camera knocking over, I'm just glad it's not the 500-pound bear that lurks the neighborhood. Because I was a little terrified for a second. I'd rather have a ghost than a giant bear.
So I'm already back in bed. I apologize. I did cut out one little scene right there. I went pee, and you could hear it, and so yeah. So I did cut out that scene for your guys' sake. Um, and then yeah, decided to film a little more, and there goes another little orb. Um, I just set this up just because yeah, after that camera just fell over, I was definitely gonna set it back up and see what else was gonna happen. Um, Big microphone or not, you know, like I was still gonna try and at least catch the video. We're almost to the end of our video. You know, I'd like to say if you guys would like to put your comments in on what your thoughts of some of this odd little stuff is, you know, in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe. I'm definitely going to be doing another one tonight, and I'll be here for another week. So I hope I don't make anything too angry tonight, because if not, then you guys will have a week's worth of videos of me being terrified. They'll only get better. Like I said, I'm still kind of a beginner at making these videos. You know, as you can see from my channel, you know, I've got some random stuff, but yeah, and now I've got a haunting thing. There goes a big bright orb. Yeah, so yeah, my phone just scared the crap out of me while I'm doing this. It's been so quiet up here. I'm the only one up here other than the dog. So yeah, any of these little noises and lights and stuff like that has definitely been a little unnerving. Because, like I said, some of it I can't explain yet. So yeah, hit like, subscribe, leave some comments, and let me know what you think, definitely, please, because I'd like to think that I'm not going crazy while I'm up here. Yeah, so anyway, cool. Have a great weekend, and everybody, yeah, tune in for the next one.